Thank you so much for stopping to watch Mama Junior. I wanted to come to you really quickly with an important holiday announcement. For those of you, stay with me, who do not cook, cannot cook, I'll go back. For those of you who do not cook because you cannot cook, this message is for you. For those of you who are the bomb.com cookers and you know people in your circle who cannot cook, this message is for you. It takes a village. We need your support this year, okay? Those of you who cannot cook, it is time for you to get yourself together. It is time for you to check that box off your list of awesome things that you're able to do. I know you're a boss in this area, you're a boss in that area. It's time to be a boss in the kitchen. I didn't know that not being able to cook was a big deal for some people. Everybody in my family can cook. Literally, like the women and the men. They may not cook as often as others, but they can throw down. Seriously, my uncles, my dad was able to cook really well. My brothers, my brothers can burn. My cousins can burn. Like I said, male and female. So I didn't realize that this was an issue. But since it is, let me help you out. Recipes are great for family meals that you're gonna make tonight. You wanna make a little pasta dish, a little chicken and vegetable situation, that's great. But when you're taking on something as important as the holiday meal or one of the dishes that will contribute to the holiday meal, there's some preparation that needs to be involved. I wouldn't trust that just to some cookbook. A cookbook is not going to tell you what to do if you run out of a certain ingredient, how to substitute it properly, if you've got your fire too high, if the stores are closed and you missed an ingredient, how to substitute this, add that. You got a little bit, it's too watery, you can do this to some. Cookbook ain't going to address some of those immediate, right now situations. You need some side-by-side support. So what Mama Junior recommends is that you think about that meal you want to make, that maybe one or two dishes that you really want to be able to master. Because the whole dinner that you're going to be making for the holiday, I wouldn't put that on anybody in their first or second time around the kitchen. It's too much, too many different things going on, too much prep time that you have to start this as opposed to when you need to come in with that. There's too much to go on for you to say, I want to make the whole dinner. Slow down. But what I will say to you is if there is a certain dish or two that you think you'd really like to learn, think about who does it well in your circle. And I say circle because it's not always your family. Think about who does it really well. And unless you know that person guards it with their life, have a conversation with them. Hey, auntie, I really want to make your blah, blah, blah. Can you show me? Hopefully, auntie will show you. If she does, you need to be prepared to spend the whole day with auntie. Because this is not some 20, 30 meals of prep and maybe an hour to bake. No. I would even encourage you to go so far as to say maybe you could stay the night, because auntie might get up in the middle of the night and soak these beans, and she might do it at a certain temperature, and then she might set her clock to wake up and take these and do this and pick that and pop that and simmer that and put that in the freezer and let that chill. It's a process to all of this stuff. Cooking is serious business, which is why you and I and he and her can't wait for the holidays. It is more than a little stir, a little taste, a little bake. A lot goes into this thing. So, again, maybe you want to stay all night with this person, find out why that back hurts so bad, why they popping Tylenols like chiclets at the end of the holidays, why they say, don't come over here asking for nothing else, I'm good until Easter. You'll understand what the process is when you spend some time and invest some time with that person who makes the bomb dressing, for example, okay? If you do ask that person, hey, auntie, I'd like you to show me how to make your dressing. And she goes, no, don't worry about it, I got it. That ain't the thing for you. Don't push it. She already saw something in you that said, you ain't gonna mess up my dressing this year. don't, don't be offended. That's just auntie helping everybody else in the family by not allowing you to mess up this year's dressing. Start off with something a little more easier. Maybe she lets you make the mashed potatoes, but it's time for you to get in the kitchen. It is time for you to add some value to the relationships, the family gatherings, where you can bring more than ice, paper plates, and some drinks. Maybe that's the thing in your home, in your circle. Maybe there's some special like lemonade, iced teas, and punch and things like that. Find out how to make them. It may be a little bit more than just pouring the 7-Up and the Hawaiian punch into the punch bowl. I don't know. But you need to start trying. You need to start getting in that kitchen, helping out, learning the tricks of the trade when somebody can't give you a recipe because this is about all it takes to put into this particular meal. So it really can be that serious. With baking, that's a whole different animal. I am not the best baker. There's a handful of things that I can do well, and I leave it at that. That's not my strength, okay? I deal with savory. I don't deal with sweet. I know my limits, okay? But I do know people who bake and they take that thing seriously, and they will tell you that the arm cramp is serious when it comes to mixing that batter for a certain type of cheesecake or whatnot, because it just takes that much to make it right and smooth and creamy, etc. So I don't care how old you are. If you're able to listen and comprehend this message, it's for you. I don't care if you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old or older. If you're older, it's overdue for you to know how to do some things. You need to know how to pick and clean greens. If you don't do anything else, learn how to pick and clean greens. It's a process to that thing. It's a process to that thing. Don't nobody want gritty greens. And I'll leave it at that. Tell me how it works out for you. Those of you who know how to cook, take somebody in this holiday and show them how to do something besides sit there and get full. Thank you for listening.